Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. Young Philly, as it seems like most of his brands are cutting binds with him following his late awful charges he's up against. Yet, in addition to that, his nearby companion pieces, and furthermore, a colleague have been impacted by this, not comparably a companion yet a business partner. His digital recording, highlighting on the web big-name pieces, was booked to make a big appearance live in East London on October 18th. The two interview rappers and powerhouses for the webcast, which appeared last year. A representative expressed the occasion was taken out from our site. Yesterday, Whatnot ticket holders have been illuminated. Their tickets will be discounted naturally. Pieces has evidently stood up to Young Philly on a new live along these lines, so make certain to keep close by. Till the end of the video for the all-relevant information. It's not looking great for Young Philly by any stretch of the imagination, since the biggest part of content he has at any point made for the sedan has been brought down and made private. They are reasonable standing by to see what occurs with the case prior to returning it up in the event that he is found not liable. However, also Foot Refuge, the essential brand this person has fabricated and is presently driving, has ended his agreement graciously. Here we go. It is beginning to happen. This site have simply eliminated their 20 versus 1 Philly version, and that video toward the beginning of today had more than 42 million perspectives gone now, and I'll be straightforward. When this news originally broke, I believed it will be truly intriguing to see who safeguards him and who drops him, since Young Philly is not some periphery content maker that brands, would rather not touch, and I talked about this exhaustively in the present YouTube video, enthusiastically prescribed to observe in the event that you need a more drawn-out, synopsis of it. Yet he has worked with a portion of the greatest brands on the planet. I mean, he's got his own dagnab rear source. He's got his own shows with the BBC channel before he's, being in the soccer help coordinate. He works with a good cause like the Sovereign's Trust. And that is not indeed, even to make reference to the fellowship bunch that he's in there with the absolute greatest content makers on the planet like everybody in the Sidon. The beta cruise speed. You realize the rundown continues. So what do they all do now when they start to get this tension from their clients and their fans to talk about the circumstance? I would not joke about this either being a ton of quiet or a part of abnormal recordings drifting around on the web. A great deal of fans had blended feelings on this present circumstance, where various posts were left expressing things like, "I bet Pieces is truly disheartened with him. I don't think Sidon has dropped him. I think they brought down the video to forestall individuals making clasps of Philly that paint him as a womanizer. They needed no affiliations with him any longer. 4 counts of SA without assent, 3 instances of coming about substantial mischief, and 1 instance of blocking somebody's normal breathing or course by putting strain on their neck are remembered for the full charges. It is accounted for that following his execution at Perth's bar and 1 dance club, he returned a 20-year-old lady to the fact that on September makes dwelling it expressed 28 to the assault happened each and every individual who has at any point supported or been fulfilled with. This person is pulling back even the he likewise had a series with the British football players coming up. However, that is clearly done pushing ahead. This fellow is right now compelled to live in Australia on his investment funds and needs to check in with the police on numerous occasions 7 days. It's likewise expressed his legal dispute. The court might actually go into the following year, which is crazy to contemplate, as is consistently the case. These issues ought to be heard in court, yet in this specific case, the indictment professes to have a solid argument against the respondent and is very sure that the CCTV and the casualties' wounds would permit them to effectively indict him. You would all know all about LV General. He used to work and basically be a triplet with Young Philly and Lumps, and he said his piece on his Instagram story, which got individuals conversing with, "You need to enormous up LV, the overall large man thing, because brother look, let me break it down for you since earlier today I've been seeing wherever Philly certain individuals agreeing with his stance, providing him with the advantage of uncertainty, some individuals saying he's a waste man neglect that pay attention to what I'm expressing to you definitely cause is reality. What I've been doing. I've been looking for his companions. My person irate gin lumps. Harry Pinero. I've been checking out these man pages to check whether somebody said anything. I'm not anticipating that he should back his case to say he hasn't gotten it done yet, something nobody has said anything. My person. I thought these parcels were his companions. Some sort of, something, brother. However, nothing. Perhaps I simply haven't seen it. The overall everybody knows Young Philly and LV General. They got hamburger now, they used to be companions, anything he might have taken this opportunity, and Blast pursued that clout. He might have placed Philly on impact. Brother, yet take a gander at what he said. Exceptionally basic, please quit. Informing me about what's occurred to young Philly. He's a developed brother, LV man, you bottom to any at my person. This the issue, this why both of you had at a contention. In any case, he's a developed man, and he needs to get a sense of ownership with his own decisions. I'll appeal to God for man on the grounds that Australian jail isn't a joke and he simply trusts it. Don't misfire on his family. That is a genuine person. My person neglects the way that his syntax doesn't grammar. He's a genuine person. LV large, dependent upon you, my brother, the critics. I realize you piece of screw-free, yet it's okay, works out in some cases. Giza, take care. It didn't simply begin with these new claims. As for some time, there's been remarks and comments to a great extent with respect to young Philly and his unusual way of behaving, where one young lady even said he chomped her companion outside a club, which is disturbed. Conduct. Then another young lady expressed he requested that they think about the amount he makes a year. Then when they expressed they had bios, he alluded to them as chimes. At any rate, another case he told some young ladies on the off chance that they weren't returning with him, then F off my table. An obviously beguiling quality of the fiddler. A parcel of TikToks have been becoming famous online concerning's response to young Philly's new claims, and one in specific got individuals talking my sip. Ling me new home that you get me. I pieces what you doing, brother? I lumps brother man said you're me man said you're a me. You know brother, you know how these young ladies be brother. You get me brother, you Australia you get. I said he doesn't know me. You, however, know brother. Are we actually cool brothers? Crush, before we go any further into the video, what are your folks' truth considerations in this present circumstance? Do you think Philly will confront a long sentence in jail because of this case? Or might he at any point clear his name toward the end of the year? Remark down underneath. When that video was posted, fans had different remarks, leaving posts expressing things like lumps. Defo knew how Philly was, and presumably overlooked it, the same way everybody around did. He knew, and along these lines was involved at some level. I can't lie, Chun's vocation is similarly completed as Philly's. You can't hear lumps in his name and not hear Philly's name close to it. Those two were indistinguishable. Philly isn't getting out for quite a while if persuaded. One remark I've learned about Philly is that this may be a movement of him accepting he can get away with anything he needs. His distinction has reached the place where he feels unstoppable, and he starts treating individuals like creatures by dismissing him from his table and dealing with individuals like poo for simply not doing what he needs. It's gotten to the place where it's directed to something special like this incident. Every one of his companions, such as Harry Pinero Beta Crew, and the entire UK scene haven't exactly said a lot in regards to the circumstance, and might dare to dream that his decision is that he isn't blameworthy in light of the fact that this is some vocation finishing stuff, as if the truth will surface at some point. What will come from this whole circumstance, yet it appears like toward the finish of Philly's vocation, if sentenced and how many connections he's discolored basically pieces, is a miserable sight to see. However, at that point, again it's merited after these charges. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.